Well, Israel has carried out a relatively large ground operation overnight in northern Gaza. Israeli troops and tanks entered Gaza targeting terror infrastructure in preparation for the next stage of combat. They have since withdrawn. A ground invasion has not been launched, but Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has indicated that it is likely. In other key developments overnight, the Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza has released a document that it claims contains the names and the ID numbers of the more than 7,000 Palestinians killed. Israel says more than 220 people are still being held hostage in Gaza. Sky's Deborah Haynes filed this report from southern Israel.
It was the biggest raid inside Gaza since Israel's war with Hamas began. Tanks opened fire under the cover of darkness. Bulldozers helping to pave the way. The threat from hidden explosives is high. This footage released by the Israeli military showed images of what they described as a limited incursion ahead of an expected full-scale ground invasion.
Forces killed terrorists and destroyed Hamas infrastructure in the Strip. The incursion is part of our preparations for the next stages of the war.
By morning, the troops had pulled back, but attacks continued from a distance. This was the view from the Israeli side of the border after a strike on Gaza City.
You can see behind me the smoke from one of the impacts. We can also hear helicopters, we can hear warplanes, we can hear distant booms. It's very much an active war zone.
The front line is here, inside the Palestinian enclave. A landscape of destruction and death after almost 3 weeks of aerial bombardments. Israel says it's targeting Hamas in response to a deadly terror attack on its soil. But health officials in Gaza say thousands of Palestinian civilians have also been killed, many of them children. Yet there seems to be no halting this war right now.
The manoeuvre is only one stage in a long-term process that includes security, political and social aspects that will take years to complete. The campaign will soon ramp up with greater force.
With troops massed and waiting, the sense of expectation is growing. But so too is the risk, amid fears that this conflict could tip the whole region into war.